Boys and girls, welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. In the last episode, we did Cassidy's quest, Heartache by the Number, and then at the end of last episode, I said we were going to pick up with Arcade today. I'm not sure if we're going to do Arcade's entire companion quest, because I don't know if we can do Arcade's entire companion quest, or if we're just going to continue on doing other stuff, but we're going to go into the old Mormon fort and pick up Arcade and then do what we can with him. So Arcade is an interesting fellow. He plays coy because he has a lot of insecurities or a lot of things he doesn't want people to know about him, and that's fine. We learn about that later, but Arcade is a very important person that gives us very nice things in the end. And he is a member of the Followers of the Apocalypse, and really Arcade's only red flag is that you just can't be with the Caesar's Legion. That is the only hard red flag he actually has, is you just can't be affiliated with Caesar. And so, since we're going to be doing NCR as my, canon run for the run that I'm actually considering as what I wanted to happen, even though I'm going to be doing all the endings, we are going to pick up Arcade now, and he'll help us with our NCR run.
Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher. Not even a particularly good one.
What kind of research?
Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries, stim packs out of barrel cacti, and other fantastic improbabilities. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its aims.
See, that is what I mean. He's very self-deprecating with what he's actually trying to accomplish, because what he just said is like a miracle of modern science in terms of Fallout. If that could happen, that could change a lot of stuff, especially with the J. Sawyer Ultimate Edition mod that I have installed. I know stim packs are just not a thing in the Wasteland. So you don't sound too enthusiastic about it.
I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole.
Isn't that the language Caesar's Legion speaks? Oh, he's not gonna like that one, but...
Caesar can cite Cato to suit his purpose. Many people have spoken Latin. Some of them were quite pleasant. It's unfortunate that the language is now associated with the gentleman across the river.
See, he doesn't like the Legion. Did you know much about Caesar? I'm assuming he knows enough. He'll probably tell us something about how Caesar was a member of the Followers of the Apocalypse at one time just like him.
I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. Caesar was one of the followers. Before my time, of course. He wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions gone bad. In that regard, he's hardly unique. If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless cunning, he's just another jerk who steps on people to get his way.
Now, you see, that's where Arcade comes off as a very Reddit user, but, he's the Reddit user that seems knowledgeable and credible in what he's talking about. Where did you learn that? Nihi what? Let's talk about something else. I guess this is going to be the only thing that triggers the dialogue I want, so let's ask him Nihi what?
Oh, sorry. There's nothing new under the sun. If agave and mesquite were that miraculous, the locals would have figured it out a few thousand years ago.
No, promise they would not have. Hard times drive innovation.
Not from the Legion, if that's what you're getting at. Books, sheet music, gladiator movie holotapes, bits and pieces here and there. The followers have extensive libraries, but we all draw water from the same old well. Even Caesar.
Talk about something else.
Certainly.
Why do you research instead of providing medical assistance? What kind of question is that? Do you need any help? That's a better question than the other one. Why, if they're researchers, that's what they do. He's a researcher, he's not a doctor.
Me specifically? No. I'm sure Julie Farkas does, though. Lab coat, pointy hair. Answers to the name Julie Farkas, strangely enough. I'm sure she can find something for you to do. It might be kind of depressing and terrible, though. Caveat Samaritanus.
We're there forcing our hand here. Why do you research instead of providing medical assistance?
Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here. Out of sight, out of mind. There are worse things one can be, though I do admit it is a bit boring. Though it has a noble goal, I don't think this research will yield much fruit. No pun intended.
Why don't you come with me?
No offense intended, but why should I go anywhere with you?
Because you staying here literally is accomplishing nothing. You just said that. Going after a name named Benny for revenge, I need someone to keep me patched up. That's not gonna be good for him, so... I'm gonna back out, read a magazine, and come back in to pass that speech check. And now that we've read the magazine, we know how to talk to people. Speech 75 things are bad around here. I'd like to make a difference. I'd like you to help me.
That seems appropriately resolute and yet vague. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and go with you, but let me be clear about something. If you plan to help Caesar's Legion, this is going to be a brief relationship. I may not have all the answers for how to fix Freeside's problems, but Caesar taking control isn't part of the solution. Fair?
Fair enough.
All right, let's not waste any time. There are people out there to help, things to learn. Maybe not in that order, but let's get to it.
Arcade has given you better healing perk. Fan-freaking-tastic. Alright, so there are some things right off the bat that we can do with Arcade that'll get us some Arcade points. Similar to Boon points, you have to accumulate 5 points for Arcade, give or take a few points. It's not exactly clear the exact number, but 5 is the number that people have agreed on as like the vague number, so... Surprisingly enough, if we just go to Camp McCarran, wherever the hell that is...
You have to hand it to the NCR. Get enough hands working together and they can make or break just about anything.
See, he's already triggered some dialogue. I don't think that's the dialogue I need, though.
What's up?
Nope, it's not. Okay. Also, be aggressive.
Understood. I won't hit...
Please don't. Go inside. There are 2 things we can do in Camp McCarran or from Camp McCarran that are going to trigger some points for the boy Arcade. One of them is actually surprisingly easy, and I have no idea why it's that easy. Could be a bug, could be just someone forgot to, like, make the thing. But if we go inside and then head over to where Dr. Hildern is, for some reason Dr. Hildern is just a trigger point for a lot of these quests. I guess because they really want you to come talk to him and go to Vault 22, so a lot of companion quests just send you to this dude.
Yes? Something else you needed?
Let's talk to him real quick.
Yes. Goodbye.
Alright, so we had a little conversation that didn't amount to
Hildern is a good
anything.
example of big picture obsession gone too far. At some point, he became so fixated on large-scale results that he lost the concept of the common good along the way. It's an inhumane kind of public service when people and the basic resources they need become numbers in a ledger.
And so, this gives you a dialogue tree with Arcade, and you're just going to want to pick the one that makes him feel the nicest about what he's done, because like I said at the beginning, Arcade comes off as very insecure, and he's very self-deprecating about what he's trying to accomplish, even though what he's trying to accomplish is actually very noble and very helpful if he were ever to succeed. He just doesn't think he will succeed because he's kind of like a glass half-empty kind of dude, so you have to say things to Arcade whenever he talks to you that are going to make him feel good and boost his confidence, so good thing there are still people like you around, Arcade.
Kind of you to say, but there are better people than me around here. I just hope the followers can make a difference in the long run.
Humble as always, Arcade, humble as always. Now, that response and that dialogue tree should have gotten me 2 Arcade points. I think. Depending on what dialogue option you pick at that end part, if you give him a compliment like I did, you get 2. If you say the other thing, you get 1. So that is that. Another quest we can pick up while we're here, ignoring the dude in there. I want to get the quest Whitewash for the corporal that went missing in, North Vegas? The place that isn't here.
Say, or do you always look like that?
I always look like this.
You're back.
I am back. Who's missing?
Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. He left on a dangerous assignment. Colonel Shu sent him out. Now I think he feels guilty not having any way to check up on him.
Anyone else missing?
Yeah. The man I'm more interested in is Corporal White. White had a lot of promise. Wanted to be a ranger as bad as anyone I've seen. But he also had some extracurricular activities going. Now he's gone.
I'll see what I can find out about Corporal White for you.
Word around the base is he'd been going regularly to visit a hooker named Dazzle at Gamora. That's a casino on the Strip. Classy place. His belongings are up in the barracks in the concourse building. First bunk on your left if you're facing it from the center. I haven't had a chance to look through his things yet, so that might...
Alright, goodbye. So that gets us the quest Whitewash, and then we can do this one, except I'm going the wrong way. Look through Corporal White's personal effects in his locker in the McCarran concourse area, which is over yonder. Swing inside, and it is the first locker on the left, Corporal White's journal. So let's go into our miscellaneous and read that. I pulled the log from the East Pump Station computer for the last week, looking back over the past several weeks. The times are roughly consistent. There's definitely something going on. Water shouldn't even be going over to the west side, and yet the log says otherwise. I know I'm on something. And there's timestamps. Okay. So that unlocks something in terms of the quest. We don't really know what, because we don't have context as to what Corporal White was trying to do. So let's go down the steps and go out to the front door. And then we're actually going to make a quick pit stop somewhere that isn't here, because there's another way to get just an easy point from Arcade. So we are going to make an unplanned stop at the Repconn Headquarters, if I can find it. It's right there. Now all we have to do is just wait for Arcade to say something about the company Repconn, and that'll get us 1 point. We don't have to do anything, we just have to wait for him to talk to us about it.
I've read about Repconn. I think they did some work with the the government before the war. Rockets and some energy weapon prototypes, I think.
What kind of prototypes?
Plasma rifles. They were intended to replace the P-94 plasma caster. There was some corporate espionage going on between Poseidon Energy's Project Semele and whatever was going on here.
Intelligence 6, how do you know so much about this?
Stop thinking so much. Thanks.
Despite his dismissive answer of our question, that should be 1 Arcade point, which means we have 3 of the 5. And now if we complete the quest Whitewash, that should put us over the threshold of 5, but we just have to pick the right dialogue options. And surprisingly, I do not know what those would be. Actually, I lied. I think we can cheese the system. We're gonna go back to Camp McCarran real quick, because I want to see if I can skirt the system real quick. Because in order to get to Vegas, you have to go through the Vegas main gate, which you're gonna have to pass a credit check, have a passport, or pass some insane skill check that I probably could pass, but I don't want to for the sake of this. But in order to get to the Vegas main gate, you have to go through a part of Freeside where the Silver Rush is, and as we've learned from the last episode, the Silver Rush does not like us right now, so whenever we go into that part of the world, it's going to turn into a war zone. I don't want it to turn into a war zone right now, because I don't want to make Freeside angry, so I'm just going to see if I can go through the monorail.
Go right ahead, Trooper.
Alright, we're just going straight through. This is one way to just get to Vegas without having to go through Freeside or pass a credit check. So we're now technically in Vegas.
Nelson's back in our hands. I hope we can defend it this time.
Okay. So we go down the steps. These are bathrooms.
I bet it feels real nice to be carrying those weapons around on the strip. That damn Mr. House has forbid any NCR military personnel from carrying any sort of firearms on the strip. Well, except for Captain Pappas. Mr. House still doesn't trust the NCR. A word of advice. The Securitrons won't put up with any funny stuff out there, so don't do anything stupid. This your first time on the strip?
So this is interesting, because I've never came the monorail to the strip. I've actually never been in this building as far as I can remember. So I don't know if this guy always talks to you if you come into this building, or if he's saying this to me now because there's no prompt from, like, the main gate people that tell me not to mess around on the strip.
Well, it's time to pop your Vegas cherry, friend. I'm sure you'll have a blast and be drunk and capless in no time. I can give you a bit more information.
No, that's okay. The only thing I'm really worried about at this point is I hope that if I go out this door, nothing breaks, for lack of a better term.
Howdy, partner.
Oh, Victor.
You've come for a piece, haven't you? Welcome to New Vegas.
How lucky can one guy be?
Consider me your personal welcome wagon. Now hear this. Just head for
Lucky 38. Alright.
The strip's not a bad place if you love terrible things and people. I'll never understand the allure of giving away your money to the rich.
Arcade, I feel the same way whenever it comes to people that gift subs on Twitch, so... Okay, I don't think anything that I don't want to happen is going to happen. So as long as we avoid the tops, we'll be safe, because whenever we go into the tops, that's going to trigger Woolpace and the NCR military police to come get us, so...
My cousin and his wife for a fest.
Billy, shut up. We're going to avoid the tops, we're just going to go this way and go into the Gomorrah. But I'm glad my NCR monorail plan worked out, even though I've never had that dialogue option.
Hey, no one but Omer.
Okay, here, sure. I'm not conducting any illegal business, I'm just trying to go find Dazzle or whatever her name is. I went the wrong way again. Where is the place I need to go? Right, I have to go through the brimstone. There we go, that makes sense.
Well, what do we have here? So you follow...
You know what? I always have what it takes, Joanna.
Oh, confident. I like that. So, what do you want to do with what you've got?
Girls are icky, goodbye.
I'll see you soon, I'm sure.
Because also, I'm traveling with Arcade, and Arcade is canonically gay, so I won't make him suffer through my hetero fantasy. You're Dazzle, right? Yes, you are. Hello.
Hey there, sugar. I'm Dazzle. What can I do for you? Or to you? You're so handsome, I might just give you a discount.
Like I told Joanna, girls are icky. You ever spend much time with a trooper named White?
Yeah, he used to come around here a lot. Haven't seen him in a while, though. Why?
Because no one's seen him in a while. He's missing.
He used to go on and on about water and the farms east of the Strip. He was talking to one of the farmers named Bascom. Had some problem with NCR. Boring as hell, but it was his money and his time. So I let him talk about whatever.
Alright, whatever. Later. Find out what Trent Bascom knows about Corporal White. Is this technically outside? Can I fast travel? Nope. Alright. Alrighty. Into the farm we go to look for Trent Bascom. And assuming he's the dude standing over here with the arrow above his head.
Howdy. Something I can help you with?
Looking for a Corporal White. I was told he'd spoken to you.
Yes. He said he was looking into the water shortage, but I haven't heard back from him. White was talking to me about computer stuff and water delivery schedules through the pipes, but I'm just a farmer. Tech stuff is beyond me. The last person I saw him talking to was Lieutenant Romanowski. Romanowski's around here somewhere.
Talk to Lieutenant Romanowski about computer stuff, because these guys are all boomers.
I'm not a recruitment officer. You want to join the army? I'm sure someone at McCarran can point you in the right direction.
Honestly, brother, at this point, I'm probably a higher rank than you. I'm looking for Corporal White.
Corporal White is currently solving the mystery of the great water shortage. Tried to convince me he had proof even. I didn't buy any of it. He went over to West Side to talk to Tom Anderson. Anderson's a follower of the apocalypse. Helps the people in West Side grow crops or something.
Intelligence 6, crops in West Side. The apparent water shortage here can't be a coincidence.
I really don't see the connection.
Really?
Look, I'm a soldier, not a scientist. I just do my job.
Homie, you don't have to be a scientist to know that they're growing crops in a desert where there's not a lot of water and you're missing water. Connect the fucking dots, dummy. Whatever, get me away from Lieutenant Romanowski. Apparently everybody in the Sharecropper farms are just idiots. Trent Bascom's excuse is at least believable that he's just a farmer and not a tech wizard. Fair enough, he's just a boomer. Lieutenant Romanowski's just a fucking moron. If he can't connect the dots between missing water here and them growing crops in a place where there isn't water somewhere else... Like, come on, brother. Fast travel to West Side, because we've technically already been to the gate we need to go through. And the reason Arcade has such an attachment to this particular quest is because Tom Anderson is a follower of the apocalypse.
Mean son of a bitch is on our side.
Okay, I thought Arcade was saying that. It was like, oh my god, he changed his voice. There's mean son of a bitch. Let's go inside. And here's Tom Anderson.
I'm glad mean son of a bitch is on our side.
Okay.
Tom Anderson, can I help you?
I heard Corporal White came here to investigate a water shortage.
No one by that name has come here, I'm afraid. You must have heard wrong. You can ask around if you like. They'll all tell you the same thing.
Intelligence 6, it was easy to figure out the NCR water shortage points to you. Save me some time, will you?
Fair enough. Since you seem to have pieced it together, I won't insult you by denying it any further. I killed Corporal White to protect West Side self-reliance. It was rash, and I regret it now. We don't have money to pay for the water, so I rigged a pump station to divert water to the local cisterns from time to time.
I'd rather not turn you in, but someone else might come looking for White. He just straight up admitted to killing him. You're a follower, brother. If I don't turn you in, will you stop stealing NCR water?
That's not a bargain I can accept. West Side... If the NCR thinks White was killed by, say, members from the Scorpion...
Consider it done, you stay free and West Side keeps getting water. That seems not fair. Unfortunately, my option is kill him, like extort him, or let him just live committing a crime on two fronts. Like, whatever, man. Keep the water. And then Arcade.
Interesting way of handling things. Very sub rosa. I don't know if the Scorpions deserve to be wiped out for something they didn't do, but that's one less problem Westside has to deal with.
I actually don't know.
Turns out the NCR's top ranger was a traitor. If the Legion
Holy
can turn a
shit,
man
you're
like
close
you,
to me.
What chance has the NCR got?
That scared me. I actually don't know how many points that was with Arcade. I don't know off the top of my head what I just did.
Hi. Myself Abish. My pleasure is now. Goodbye.
Anyway, let's fast travel back to Lieutenant Boyd in Camp McCarran and see what's going on there. I didn't really study the dialogue tree or what I was saying that much. I was just trying to get through the options to see if there was a way I could do what I wanted to do, and then I pigeonholed myself and literally couldn't do what I wanted to do because I was given options that basically were all not good.
You're back. Don't tell me. He married the hooker.
Nah, Dazzle's not marriage type. A gang called the Scorpions murdered him. A man named Anderson witnessed it.
Shit. That's why you don't go wandering off looking for some call girl on the strip without telling somebody first. Anderson. Is that the followers of the apocalypse, Anderson?
He wants you to increase water flow to Freeside, said it'd be lost otherwise? I think that's supposed to be Westside. I mean, sure, Freeside needs water too.
Man, that guy's got water on the brain. Knows more about water pipes than any man should. If he says we're losing water, I think the Colonel would listen to that. I'll talk to him about it. But you, I owe you for this. You saved me a lot of work. And I'm sure Corporal White's family will be grateful to at least get some closure. I haven't really sorted through it. We keep it in a trunk across the hall.
Alright, let's go.
Back in our hands.
Dude, shut up.
Hope we can defend it this time.
Let's go look in the trunk. A lot of stuff that just happened doesn't really make sense. Why does she assume that the Scorpions killed Corporal White on the strip? That would be like the least likely place for Corporal White to have died by the Scorpions. I never said that, so... Oh my god, a locksmith reader. The most rare item in this game. And then I think that was just a typo in the dialogue tree. I think that actually did mean to say West Side and not Free Side. Let's talk to Arcade, see if there's anything going on. Arcade, I'm asking you because I'm interested. Don't put yourself down.
Oh, alright. I'm 30-ish. Well, late 30s. I was born west of here. I was an only child and spent most of my time with my mother. My father died when I was young and I never got over it. Oh, and I like medicine and reading books about failed pre-war socioeconomic policies. Right now, I'm sure you're asking yourself, why hasn't some lucky man scooped this bachelor off his feet? Like I said, I'm boring.
Why don't you like talking about yourself? Probably the same reason a lot of people don't.
Some people do. I just don't. Look, I appreciate...
So apparently we are not at the max number of arcade points that we need. So I need to do something else. There's other stuff you can do for arcade. I think I just kind of messed up in my timing and my dialogue options in the one place, so... Step outside and I'll fast travel somewhere else so that I can figure out what to do. Okay, so there is one more thing we can do without going places that I just don't want to go. And it's a crashed vertibird in this part of the world past Camp Searchlight. So we might have to do a bit of exploring. But this is a guaranteed arcade point if we can find it, and apparently I've spawned us into an ambush. I also apparently have no weapons because this game unkeybinded everything. Okay, no it didn't. We're good. We're good. What is exploding? Oh my god, it's this dude. That's gotta be one of the worst things in this game, is just exploding for no reason and not knowing why. I'll take your rat away because we're probably gonna need it in a second. Also, I'm not wearing my combat armor, I'm still wearing the Followers of the Apocalypse lab coat. Alright, so obviously I haven't been to this place, so the best guess I have for where it's at is over there somewhere. Let me rephrase, I haven't been there in this playthrough. I know it exists, I know its general location. It's over there somewhere. Also, holy Brahmin. We're just gonna walk by you and hope that none of you are hostile. There are ghouls up there. That's pretty neat, I guess. Like I said, we're looking for a crashed vertibird because it's an Enclave thing, and he's ex-Enclave, even though he hasn't told us yet, so...
I guess that could have gone worse.
Yeah, it could have. Instead of wasting ammunition, let's just go ahead and pull out my plasma rifle. There are... Okay, good shot. There are a lot of things in this part of the world that are interesting, but this part of the world is also, like, crazily irradiated, so in order to avoid all that radiation, we're just gonna get what we need to get from here and then get out. I think we found the crash site because these are definitely... like, security. Oh my god, okay. Let's back up and recalculate for a sec. Use this grenade rifle we just picked up, even though we have no explosive training. Oh my god, this thing's horrible. I'm about to go through all these grenades and actually get no kills. Dude, I am fighting a war I did not mean to fight. He's almost dead, but so am I. The fight I thought I was fighting. I knew there was going to be security, I didn't think it would be this bad. I think the J Sawyer Ultimate Edition beefed up this part of the world. Okay. At the very least, that grenade rifle I picked up and almost all the ammo helped out quite a bit. Alright, so if this isn't the crashed vertibird, I don't know why there's so much security.
A vertibird. Interesting. It's been a long time since I've seen one of these.
When was that?
Huh. Good question. Must have been in a book.
Good dodge. I'm also over encumbered now. Let us skedaddle out of here now. I don't know what triggers the rest of Arcade's dialogue. Let's travel back to the safety of Camp McCarran and see if he just wants to talk. Arcade is kind of throwing a wrench in my plans at the moment because he's not talking to me. He should be talking to me, and I don't know why he's not. Because as far as I can count, we've done 5 or 6 arcade points, which should be more than enough for him to talk to me. He just, like I said, he isn't. Like I said, this is very curious because as far as I can tell, I've even double-checked the wiki just to make sure that I'm not insane. I'm definitely at or past the threshold for arcade points, he just isn't talking to me. Hopefully, in the next episode, Arcade will talk to us. In the meantime, I think next episode we're going to start making some progress in Freeside, because Freeside's a very interesting place. And some of the stuff in Freeside impacts the followers of the Apocalypse, and maybe that'll trigger Arcade to talk to us, but unless there's like some Fallout New Vegas expert that's seen what I've done and is just laughing at me because I'm forgetting something obvious, the comment section's down below if I'm forgetting something obvious, so let me know if I'm wrong. But until next time, boys and girls, like and sub if you enjoyed the video, and a pizza.